Hello, friends. Welcome to Bright and Alab Hunkile episode 251.4. Happy Sunday evening. Yeah, I bought new hoodie from Walmart. Uh, it's, it's still I love Walmart, but it's still expensive. $30, 30. Okay, so but kind of light purple, sure, yeah. But before I start drinking, let me drink some water. Was I took a bath? Yeah, it's Sunday evening routine. You see, summer is coming, springtime is coming to Alaska, so it's quite warm these days. Let's do stretching, okay? Yeah. And it's 7 p.m. around there, still very bright, so spring is coming to Alaska. Okay, good. Ah, hill stretching. Okay, one more time. Okay, good, good. Yeah, kind of mash out a little bit. Whew. It's funny because this house, the windows on the northern side is still frozen, but the windows on the southern side, they are openable, so I open them, okay? That's north, that's south, okay? So because of sunshine, okay? Yeah, that's why. Yeah. Okay, now let's do stretch skill again. Just left to center and right. Okay, yeah, 5 minutes break, thank you. Woo-hoo. Yeah. Yeah, during the when I was taking a bath, I did cook some chicken and it overflew. Okay. Ah, ah. How about this? God, what a mess. What a mess. Ah, whatever. Yeah, I bought glass jar from Walmart because they did not have plastic jar, okay? But then I went to Three Bears, Alaska, which is another good supermarket in Alaska, and bought plastic jars. Okay, so I bought one glass jar and three bigger size plastic jars, and I cooked chicken during the while I was taking a bath. I put in the 21 minutes and it overflew. Okay, but no problem. It's just water. It's still hot. That's why I do not like glass jar. Okay, plastic jar in microwave they do not get hot. I can still touch it, but glass jar it gets really hot. Okay, so I was like, I didn't have some burn or anything, but still very hot. Okay, so yeah, I do not like glass jar. Okay, also they break if I drop it. It get very hot in the microwave. Yeah, I do not like glass jar. Okay, so I prefer plastic jar because they do not get hot and also they do not break. Okay, and they are more affordable too. Yeah, cleaning up the overflow in the microwave. But it's good opportunity to clean the microwave, right? Yeah. Ah, water so good. Yeah, I took a bath. So yeah, that's how to do. Yeah, taking a full bath, Sunday evening routine. Uh, Good enough. Yeah. Uh, yeah, put some garlics, pre-peeled garlics in there with chicken thighs. I love chicken thighs. It's my favorite part of chicken. They're more expensive than drumsticks, but now that I have a job, I can afford it. From Walmart, okay? Yeah, selfie. Good. Yeah. Mm. Good enough. With glasses? Sure. Okay. Hello, friends. Welcome to Friday Night Live with Huhnkie episode 251.4. Happy Sunday evening. Yeah, I took a full bath. That's my Sunday evening routine. I bought this, okay? It's $30 in Walmart. Light. It kind of look like pink, but actually it's light purple. Okay. Let me get my water and wine. I got some beer left. All right. Yeah, welcome. Good evening. Yeah. Let me get some water, wine. So let me flip the chicken, okay? Because the top part became too dry. So I'm gonna flip it. Yeah. You wanna see? I show you. It's garlic chicken, basically. Yeah, two chicken thighs. Yeah, welcome, welcome. Good evening. Two chicken thighs and garlics. So it's garlic chicken, okay? I microwaved it. Yeah, glass jar. I prefer plastic jar though. Okay, welcome. Good evening. Welcome. Yeah. So let's continue to talk about religion, okay? And history. So religionology in humanology, a lot of logy there. Study of religions, okay? Yeah. Welcome. Good evening. My Prophet Traders, martial arts, education, current development, okay? Thank you. And yeah, so let's continue to talk about religion, okay? So well, I talk about Christianity mostly because that's one religion that I'm most familiar with because I grew up as a Christian, okay? And I got positive influence from Christianity. So it has evolved to be a very good religion. Christianity is okay. So I appreciate Christianity, okay? But I do have some criticism as a non-Christian, ex-Christian, former Christian. Now I'm a humanologist, not a Christian, okay? But I appreciate Christianity. I do. Okay? Yeah. So welcome to humanology. Yeah. Cheers. But my criticism about Christianity applies to other religions too. They're pretty much the same. Okay, so ancient religion. I'm talking about old religions. Okay, yeah, they have their flaws, in my opinion. Okay, I could be wrong, but if I look at other religions, we are talking about like famous old religions. Okay, including Christianity. I do see some flaws there. There are theories that they regard as eternal truth from God. But my opinion is that, well, I do not think they are now eternal truth from God. I do not think so. I disagree with them. Uh, I think it's theories that some people came up with. Okay, not just Christianity or other religions. In my opinion, those are not eternal truth from God through some God-sent prophets. I do not think so. I think they are theories made by people. Okay, and I'm not the only one who thinks this way. Maybe atheists, maybe they think the same way. But I'm not an atheist. I think there is God. Yeah. Hmm? Because to me, it's irrational to think that there's no God. Okay, why? Because biology, for example, yeah, I majored in computer science, but later on I went to graduate school. Although I dropped out, PhD program in computational biology. Okay, so I study a lot of biology. Okay, so yeah, good evening. Yeah, we talk about science and religion. Okay, yeah. So look, I have to let you go. Okay, you're not behaving. Okay. Okay. Now, so biology, okay? Just one monocellular organism like bacteria or virus or yeast, just fungus, okay? Uh, those organisms, okay, it's like let's look at yeast, okay? This monocellular fungus or bacteria, okay? Again, monocellular organism, okay? They're very small. We cannot see it with our eyes. We have to use microscope. Okay. Uh, they have DNA. Yeast is a eukaryote. Bacteria, prokaryote. What does that mean? So bacteria is smaller than yeast. They're both monocellular organisms. Okay, but when it comes to bacteria, they have circular DNA. Okay, yeast linear DNA. Okay, and bacteria have cell walls, and yeast does not have cell wall. Okay, so there's some those differences. Okay, we human beings, animals, plants, we are eukaryotes. We're kind of like yeast, fungus. Okay, so we are not like bacteria. Okay, well, plants they have cell walls. Okay, so does bacteria. Okay, so but eukaryotes, including like yeast, fungus, humans, plants, we have linear DNA. Okay? But bacteria they have circular DNA. Okay. And eukaryotes, it could be monocellular organisms or it could be multicellular organisms. Okay? There's some monocellular organism in the ocean and maybe in the fresh water they can photosynthesize. They're kind of like monocellular plants, you know, with all the chloroplast and the photosynthesis stuff. Okay? Yeah. Uh, Look, you need to change your name, okay? Not a good name. Okay, please change your name, but I'll let you go with a warning this time. But I think that person left already. Okay, okay. Now, yeah, look, you need to change your name, okay? Please change your name to something nice. I'll let you go with a warning this time, okay? Yeah. Now, so as I studied biology as a non-major, I didn't major or minor in biology, okay? I just took many classes there. When I was in college, when I was in graduate school, okay? Yeah. Microbiology, biology of aging, like senescence, and because I was into reverse aging, anti-aging, okay? So, and biochemistry, all that stuff, okay? Yeah. I took a lot of biology classes, okay? Yeah. So I know quite a bit about biology. And When I was in Madison, Wisconsin University, I did undergrad there. Okay, I did registered for botany class. That's like biology of plants. Okay, but I dropped out for that class. Why? I did not like my classmates. They were very disrespectful to me, and I do not tolerate that. So I dropped that class because of that. Another class like that, yeah, history class. Again, in Madison, Wisconsin University. I did not like my classmates. They were very disrespectful to me, and so I dropped that class. Another class that I dropped because I did not like my classmates. Second semester filmmaking class. The classmates were very disrespectful to me, so I dropped that class. I do not want those people. I don't deal with them. Okay, yeah, no problem. Okay, but before I dropped botany class, I like the professor, teaching assistants. I just did not like my classmates because they were very disrespectful to me. Huh? So, but before I dropped that class, yeah, look at the microscope leaf of grass. Microscope, okay? It was like beautiful. And yeah, it's kind of like a blood in animals. Yeah, plants they have that. It's not red. It's like almost like water, okay? Yeah, it's clear water, but they have circulatory system, water in plants, in tree leaf, grass. I can see them moving, okay? It's entire universe. A leaf or grass or tree in the microscope, it looks like a highway system on the road, things moving in the vessels. Wow. Leaf, plants in the yard, the backyard, in the microscope, the entire universe. Totally different universe. I was like, wow, blew my mind away. In the microscope, okay, it's an entire different universe. So orderly fashion, okay? So leaf, so common. I some plants we eat as salad, right? Yeah. I Mr. Jesus said something similar. Okay, yeah. Some plants, yeah, was it what Lily or something? Yeah, Mr. Jesus, according to Bible, he said, yeah, actually, King Solomon did not look as good as this Lily. I'm not sure what kind of lily are edible and what kinds of lily are poisonous. I don't know. Okay, but there's some edible flowers like Alaskan wild roses. They're edible. Some flowers are edible, like clover flowers, edible. Dandelion flowers, edible. Flower salad, okay, yeah. But other some other flowers are poisonous. Okay, so you need to know what plants are edible, what plants are poisonous. Okay. So, Mr. Yes, I'm from what I remember, some lily flowers are poisonous. I vaguely remember. Okay, so it all depends. Okay, there are also lookalikes, so you need to learn that stuff if you're into wild foraging, like I am. Okay, so give me a second. Uh, can I get rid of this comments? Whatever. I just not look at it. Okay. Now, yeah, Mr. Jesus said, okay, there's this beautiful flower, wild flower, and Solomon did not look as good as this wildflower. And he was talking about some edible flower, okay? And yeah, this edible flower can go to the cooking pot tomorrow, but look how God care about this beautiful wildflower before it goes to cooking pot, okay? So I guess it was edible flower. Or maybe Mr. G just did not have enough knowledge about what wildflowers are edible and what wildflowers are poisonous. Maybe Mr. G just was ignorant on that. I don't know. I don't. I really doubt that he knew everything, Mr. Jesus. Okay, I don't think he knew everything. I don't think so. Yeah, first of all, he's too young, right? He's like 32 years old. That's young, very young. Okay, yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to mention Mr. Jesus saying, okay, and I partially agree. Okay, so I'm talking about leaf, not even a flower, because leaf, they're all season, right? Flowers, they're it depends on plant species, but many times it's like springtime or summertime, sometimes autumn time. Not really. It depends on species, but yeah, it's spring or summer. Okay, flowers. Okay, but they're seasonal flowers. Okay, yeah, basically reproduction season. Okay, for plants, but leaf. Some plants in Alaska, they're evergreens. They're still green during the winter, like coniferous trees. Kind of needle, like pine tree, spruce tree, they're all seasons, okay? They're still green. They're still photosynthesized during the winter. They do not shed their leaves. That's more like broad leaves, like deciduous trees, right? Yeah. But coniferous trees, they're four seasons. They're evergreens, okay? They're still photosynthesized during the winter. That needle, like pine tree, okay? Because their leaves are so thin, they can withstand the wind during the winter, okay? So they do not shed their tree leaves during the autumn season, okay? Let's take 5 minutes break for chorus. Okay, yeah. 5 minutes, thank you. Yep. Okay, okay. 5 minutes, thank you. Okay, welcome back, welcome back. Some brightness adjustment here in the cell phone. Yeah, we are talking about science and religion. Welcome to humanology school. Okay, so let me redo my hair. I took a bath today, so that's why I look clean and young. Yeah. Now, the tree leaf, yeah. In Alaska, we have coniferous trees, so they're all 4 seasons. It's still there, okay? Other leaves, like grass or deciduous trees, yeah, during the spring, summer, autumn, okay, yeah. So they're more common than flowers. So let's talk about leaves. If you look at it in the microscope, okay, it's entire universe. It's like highway system, roads, all this fluid, right? Yeah, things are moving. Okay, I can see. You can see in the microscope. Okay, yeah, wow, blew my mind away. Okay, it's beautiful, very orderly fashion. Okay, yeah. Now let's look at bigger things like planets, galaxy, solar system. In the middle, yeah, star, sun, right? Photons, and then planets revolving around the central sun, the star. Okay, yeah, it's gravitation. Okay, yeah, yeah, it's beautiful. Stars in the night sky. Okay, the in Alaska, oh yeah, aurora borealis, the northern lights. Okay, so moon, satellites, sun and the moon about the same size in our eyes. Okay, although sun is a lot bigger than the moon, but in our eyes, because moon is smaller than sun, smaller than planet Earth, but it's closer to us, so it's about the same size in our eyes. Okay, I think it's by design by Mr. God. Okay, or Miss Goddess. Okay, divinity. Okay, so. But non-religious scientists may say, "Oh, it's just coincidence." I don't think so. Okay, I think it's by design, divine design of the universe. Okay. But biology, okay, Mr. Charles Darwin, okay, actually he was a Christian, okay, so, but he came up with this evolution theory. Yeah, Galapagos Island, okay, what's the name of the ship? It's like Beagle or something, whatever. So, uh, yeah, so the evolution basically, it doesn't assume the existence of God. That's why it was so unpopular among Christians when it came out. Charles Darwin, okay, so. Uh, like evolution, like basically humans, ancestors, apes, primates, monkeys. Okay, unlike some religions, like creationism. Okay, so it's counter to that. It's opposite of that. That's why it was so controversial in Christian community. But Mr. Charles Darwin, although he was a Christian, okay, he was also a scientist. Okay, so he came up with this theory that is basically quite rebellious in the eyes of Christians. Okay, so he was a very controversial figure in his time. Okay, but later on, it became mainstream theory in science, evolution. Okay, so evolutionism does not need to assume the existence of God, divine intervention. It's more statistical. It's like DNA mutation, molecular level. Okay, yeah, yeah, mutation happens. So some mutations are good, some mutations are bad, but most mutations are neutral. It's like Gaussian curve, the looks like hat, kind of triangular. Okay, normal distribution in statistics. Yeah, Gauss, mathematician. Okay, yeah. So evolution is based on that. Okay, look, this pants is a little bit too tight. Okay, so it let me put another layer because it's not quite appropriate. It's just too tight. Okay, so I put some more layers. Okay, it's quite chilly anyway. Give me like 2 minutes. Okay, so yeah, this another purple. Okay, I guess it could be for females. The this zipper is on the left side. I guess it's for females. Does not matter. Okay, it fits. So yeah. All right. So okay. Now the back to biology and science and religion. Okay. So yeah. So Darwinism, evolutionism does not assume the existence of God. It does not have to. Okay. So they the way they explain in evolutionism is not just Charles Darwin, okay, his successors, okay, in biology, science, okay. So the way the approach is this: the history of planet Earth, the living organisms history, okay, yeah, that happened over billions of years, okay. They look at statistics, okay, the random probability mutation in DNA level in a cell. Yeah, most the normal distribution, okay, Gaussian curve, okay, so most mutations are neutral. Some mutations are bad. Other mutations are good, okay, so the survival of the fittest, okay, so good mutations happen. Well, most mutations are neutral, okay, but they are latent. Okay, so as climate changes, it doesn't matter whether it's caused by human beings or some natural phenomenon. Climate change always happens. Okay, so in the history of planet Earth, it's just the way it is. All right, yeah. So when climate changes in the past, before human being, we are talking about 66 million years ago, dinosaur. Okay, it become too cold for whatever reason. So those animals or plants maybe have some mutation. They can resist cold weather. They survive. So it was latent, good kind of mutation. When it was warmer, yeah, this coldness resistant genes in DNA, it was useless because it was warm. Okay, but as climate changes, 66 million years ago, for whatever reason, it became very cold. And then those latent mutation in genes, coldness resistance genes, the plants and animals that have that mutation, they survive. Other species, extinction. Extinction happened many times in predators history. Like paleontologists, they study ancient plants and animals, okay? Paleontologists, okay? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. And furthermore, they explain that evolutionary biologists, okay, they say that mutation over time uh, enable a species to transform itself to become another species gradually, slowly. Sometimes quite leaping, stepwise fashion, but little by little. Okay, I'm not saying it's the truth. I'm saying it's their theory. Many prominent scientists are religious. Okay, like Mr. Isaac Newton. Yeah, he was Christian. Okay, yeah, and he was serious about it. Huh? Yeah. René Descartes. René Descartes. He was a Christian too. Yeah, the guy who came up with XY coordinate system in geometry, kind of like a what? It could be an algebraic geometry, whatever. Okay, so coordinates, XY coordinate. Okay, René Descartes. Okay, yeah, he also was a Christian. He was serious about it. Mhm. But in general, scientists they do not want to assume the existence of God. Okay, they want to explain the universe in a more mechanical fashion, numbers like mathematics, physics. Because they regard assumption of existence of God as a cheating. It's just too easy explanation. Okay, why rain drops? Oh, it's because God care about us, so that raindrops, farmers, plants, so that we humans can have food. Yeah, raindrops because God care about us. Maybe we did something good so that we can eat food, and God is good, so God sends rain so that plants grow, farmed animals eat plants, so that we can eat plants and farmed animals and be happy. So, God, thank you. Okay, so that's religious approach, which is great. Okay, I appreciate religion. Okay, yeah, but scientists they're not satisfied with that explanation. They think it's cheating. It's too easy an explanation. So scientists like meteorologists, atmospheric scientists, okay, they do not assume the existence of God. Why do raindrops? It's because okay, moist water, vapor, air molecule go up, form the cloud, and they condensate around these darts in the air, particles. Up there is very cold. Okay, so like ice, snow. Okay, but it get very heavy after this condensation of ice particle in the up in the sky, kind of snow. Okay, and then it drops and it melts and become rainwater. So that's general attitude of scientists. They do not assume the existence of God. They want to explain in a very materialistic fashion about the universe. Okay? Which is not a bad thing. No, it's not a bad thing. So I appreciate both science and religion, okay? It's diversity. Yeah, let's say finance, right? Vocal rest, okay? Welcome to human school. Human issue, okay? Yeah, where entertainment meets education, education meets entertainment, okay? We're talking about science and religion, but it's fun, right? Welcome to humanology. We do that. Huh? Yeah. It's not like some boring lecture. No, it's quite exciting, okay? So, welcome to humanology, okay? Yeah. Time check. It's been less than 1 hour. 5 minutes break. Vocal rest, okay? Yeah, thank you. Right. Very cool. Okay, so welcome to humanology. Like 8 years ago, 2018, something like that. Okay, yeah. The first equation in humanology is equal to science plus religion. Okay, so we embrace both. Okay, it's diversity, kind of diversity. Okay, yeah. Uh-huh. So it's in YouTube. Okay, yeah, humanology one, humanology zero. Okay, yeah, it's there. Okay, so and in chemistry and physics, okay, there's this concept like thermodynamics. The first law of thermodynamics, like energy conservation law, where energy does not disappear, energy does not get created. Okay, it's just there. Now, second law of thermodynamics is like uh, entropy. What is entropy? Yeah, the degree of chaos. Second law of thermodynamics is this, okay? It's entropy increases. Okay, yeah, meaning things tend to become chaotic without intervention, okay? Like, uh, yeah, clean my house sometimes, but otherwise, things get dirty, okay? The dirt on the counter, hair, like, so I have to clean it. It's based on statistics, probability, okay? Like physical chemistry, I did take some classes there, okay? Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. Physics and chemistry, okay? Having probability, like statistics, mathematics, okay? Yeah. It was a very good class, okay? I took that class, I audited it, meaning I don't have to do homework, I don't have to take exams, I attend a lecture, okay? And I did. I did not skip a lecture, okay? And it was a very good class. They even do like obscure trigonometric equations in mathematics, okay? That was cool. Sine, cosine, tangent, they did that, okay? That was amazing. Okay, so because I thought like this all these formulas in trigonometry, is it any useful? Actually, they did use it in physical chemistry class. Okay, that was cool. Yeah. And there was a Cornell University back in like I was in Cornell between 2004 and 2006, 2 years. Okay, then I dropped out, but I do remember, yeah, the classmates. They're undergraduate students mostly, good-looking people. Okay, yeah, female students there. Okay. But of course, they did not think much of me. Okay. They did not think much of me. Okay, but that's fine. I just enjoyed watching them. Okay, good-looking females in the classroom. Okay, so they did not think much of me, but I enjoyed watching them. To me, that's enough. All right, no need to date. No. They're undergraduate students. I was graduate student. Okay, so yeah, some age gap there. But so maybe they thought I'm kind of creepy old guy, but didn't think much of me. Okay, but that's fine. I just enjoyed watching them. Okay, so yeah, that's enough. Okay. Yeah, yeah. But okay, so back to science. Uh, Evolution. Okay, yeah. Oh, thermodynamics. Okay, second law of thermodynamics. Things tend to get disorderly, chaotic. Like uh, there are so many ways. We're talking about probability or combinatorics in mathematics, dealing with the numbers, counting integers, but it's not number theory, it's combinatorics, probability theory, okay? There's so many different ways to be disorderly, chaotic, like billiard balls on a table, pool table, okay? Yeah, there's so many different ways to be chaotic. Balls, how many balls are there? One, two, three, four, five. It's been more than 10 years since I played billiards, pool table, okay, in a bar. More than 20 years, okay. So it's not my area of interest, okay. So one, two, three, four, five to add up. One plus five, two plus four, and three. So 15, right? Yeah. Six plus three, 15 balls on the pool table. In the beginning, they put in the frame, triangular frame, right? Orderly fashion. Numbers on top, okay? Yeah. Orderliness. Neat. Triangle. 15 balls. Wooden, okay? Then take the frame out and with a long wooden rod, the cue, okay? Hit it. And then it becomes disorderly. Chaos. Ball, this what? 15 balls everywhere. But there are so many different ways. Arrangement. So many possibilities. 15 balls. Number from 1 to 15, I guess. I don't know. With different colors. Yeah, it's the stripe and solids. So maybe 8 plus, well, actually 15. Okay, 7 plus 7 plus 0. Something like that. I don't know. I don't play pool. So once the balls are hit, just one ball, white ball, okay, yeah, hitting it, I guess there's 16 balls, huh? Okay. Then balls go everywhere. Well, sometimes in the hole, okay, go down and then grab it in the collecting spot. And there's so many different ways to be for 16 balls to go in that pool table. But there's only one way in the beginning. Make it a triangle. Well, there's several ways, okay, but maybe it depends on what kind of billiard games you play. But let's say one version of billiard ball, yeah, with number one, number two, three, four, five, and then the stripe section, and then solid section, one, two, three, four, five, yeah, orderly fashion. Maybe there's only one way in that particular version of playing billiard, initially at the beginning, okay, at the center of the pool table, right? But once this white ball hit it, oh, there's so many different ways that this 16 balls on the table can be arranged. It's all random. Statistics, okay? Probability, okay? So many different ways to be disorderly, chaos. Mathematically speaking, okay? Yeah. Statistically speaking, probabilistically speaking. But in the beginning, yeah, it has to be orderly fashion, okay? There's one way to be cosmos, cosmetic, orderly fashion. So without human intervention or even divine intervention, things tend to go disorderly, chaos. That's why we clean the room, do the laundry. Earlier today, taking a bath. Yeah, shave my beard, mustache, whiskers to look somewhat presentable. Yeah, this hair, it can go multiple different ways, right? But I'm at home now. It's Sunday evening. I'm like, whatever, right? But before I go to work, before I go to work, I do this. I comb my hair with my fingers. Okay, yeah, I do not use combs. Okay, just my fingers enough. Okay, Alright. But during the weekends, whatever. Okay, yeah. Yeah, some chaos versus cosmos. Yeah. So welcome to human school. Okay, so it's been more than 1 hour, so let's ventilate. Bring in some fresh Alaskan oxygen. We appreciate plants, their hard work, photosynthesis, so that we can breathe in oxygen. Okay, so in Alaska, we have evergreens, four season, coniferous trees. Okay, they're in my yard too, spruce trees. Okay, yeah, yeah, 5 minutes break. Thank you. Vocal rest. Yeah, because you want to school. Okay, yeah, very nice. Oh yeah, 5 minutes. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. Yes, a relatively quiet evening. Okay, we can use some quietude. Yeah, nice. So cool. It's diversity. Okay. Yeah. So the science and religion. Okay. So back in Madison, Wisconsin days, I was there for 7 years, not between 1997 and 2004, because my English was not good enough to take classes. Okay, so I took some time off working in a supermarket as a shopping cart collector in the parking lot of supermarket. Is Woodman's supermarket in Madison, Wisconsin. Great supermarket. They run 24/7. Okay, and they're great managers. Okay, so yeah, very well managed supermarket, Madison, Wisconsin. Woodman's supermarket. Okay. Yeah, nice. They're on 24/7. Okay. So I worked there for 1 year. Okay. They have Eastern side branch and Western side branch. I worked in both, like 6 months each. Okay. It's very nice. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Also, yeah, the parcel and the bagging, I did that minimum wage. Back in the days, what was the minimum wage? Maybe $7.50, something like that. Okay, so, yeah, but I was able to pay my rent. Okay, I'm frugal. Yeah, so ham and cheese sandwich. Okay, during the lunch that I prepared, and ramen noodles, and the water boiled plastic jarred chicken. That I still eat because that's great, affordable. Okay, I still eat those affordable food, okay? But because I'm frugal. Okay. Yeah. Mhm. And it was nice. Okay, yeah. And during my spare time, I studied English. Okay, so I was after 1 year, yeah, I was ready to get back to school, and I did. And I did graduate in 7 years. Okay, my graduation GPA, grade point average, 3.9 out of 4.0. Okay, I was a very good student. I even got scholarship. Okay, welcome. Good evening. Yeah, welcome. Good evening. Yeah. Mhm. My profit leaders, yeah, martial arts, continuing education, career development. Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah. Oh yeah, welcome, welcome. Yeah, but later on, more people will watch this. Okay, yeah. So, but now, yeah, just me talking to the camera in my cell phone. Okay, it's all cool. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, yeah. My profit leaders. Okay, yeah, yeah. Martial arts, education, career development. Okay, thank you. Yeah, yeah, it's so cool. Cheers. Yeah. Yeah, so I was in Madison, Wisconsin for 7 years between 1997 and 2004. Before that, I was in Seoul, South Korea. Okay, but I was born in America when my father studied economics, PhD in Cornell University, which I also later went to for 2 years after Madison, Wisconsin. Okay, yeah. So house tour, maybe later. Okay, yeah. Now we are talking about some story time in Madison, Wisconsin. Okay. Uh, I went to Korean American church in Madison, Wisconsin. Okay, Korean American church, very good church. Okay, they really helped me. And in that Korean American church in Madison, Wisconsin, yeah, great pastor, mhm, and also churchgoers. Some of them are Korean Americans. Okay, professionals. Okay, some of them professors, Korean American professors. Okay, some others, different some doctors and also some business owners, Korean Americans who live there, but mostly students in undergraduate students from Korea or graduate students doing master's degree, PhD degree, or postdoctoral researchers who already have PhDs. Okay, and some uh, Korean students who came to Madison, Wisconsin in English language program. Okay, so they're very education, higher education oriented people. Uh, the smart ones. Okay, yeah. Okay, academic ones. Okay, yeah. And for about 5 months, I volunteered to be a Sunday school teacher in that Korean American church in Madison, Wisconsin. Okay. Yeah, my students in Sunday school, Korean American Christian church. Okay. Their age level, like elementary school mostly. Okay, they're the children of my friends. Okay, churchgoers, Koreans or Korean Americans. Okay, maybe even their grandchildren. Okay, yeah. And I was very popular Sunday school teacher. Why? Maybe because I'm young at heart, relatable. I was hugely popular among students, okay? Yeah. And so was my father. My father was an economics professor. He retired. He's in his 70s, okay? But my father is economics professor in top 10 university in South Korea, okay? He was hugely popular among his students, okay? Why? He's good sense of humor, okay? And he's very caring. He's a good man, okay, my father. Yeah, so he's very popular among students, okay? Yeah. Both in graduate school and undergrad. Economist professor in South Korea, okay? He was very popular professor, okay? And good sense of humor, okay? Yeah. Very caring. Good man, okay? Yeah. So we had some lunch time, okay, between us, like the Sunday school teachers, volunteerism, okay. And I remember one occasion, lunchtime, like in McDonald's or some nicer restaurants, whatever. They were good restaurants, okay. Some diners, like Perkins, okay. It's very good diner restaurant. Or McDonald's, doesn't matter. They were good restaurants, okay. So just different prices. It's diversity. So cool, okay. So I brought because some of the my fellow Sunday school teachers, they already got their PhD. They're postdoctoral researchers. They went to top universities like Seoul National University. There's like Harvard of South Korea, okay. Oh, yeah. Those are smart people. Some of them, biochemistry major. They already got their PhD, okay. Postdoctoral researchers. So during some lunchtime, okay, I brought this up. There are several of them, okay. And we are like fellow Sunday school teachers as Christians, okay, Korean Americans or Korean Koreans. I'm Korean American, I have American citizenship, but some of them are Korean Koreans, okay. They went back to Korea, okay, maybe become professors, okay, yeah. So yeah, I brought this issue of science versus religion. The second law of thermodynamics, because they are biochemists, okay, they have PhD already, okay, they're postdoctoral program, okay. Researchers, okay, yes, I wanted to challenge them, okay. I was undergrad, computer science major, okay, but I know enough about biology, okay. So I challenged them, okay. Oh yeah, we are Christians back then. I was Christian, okay. So so second law of thermodynamics, entropy. I told them, yeah, it's does not quite go well with uh, theory of evolution. And they took my question seriously, okay? They are scientists and they're also Christians. Perfect timing, right? They got their own PhD. Me, undergrad, but a smart one, but somewhat rebellious one. So they took my challenge seriously. They already have their PhD already, okay? They're postdoctoral researchers in biochemistry. What a perfect occasion. And back then I was a Christian, okay? Somewhat rebellious one, but they're older than me, okay? Maybe by 2, 3, 5 years, okay? Yeah, they got already PhD in biochemistry, couple of them, two or three, okay? Sunday school teachers. Me? Younger. I was like 21. Something like that, okay. Computer science major, okay. So my question to them, my challenge to them, they already have their PhD, okay? And they're about 5 years older than me, okay? They're married, they have their children. Some of them are my students in Sunday school, okay? Yeah, something like that, okay? So I did challenge them scientifically, also religiously, okay? Mostly scientifically, okay? Yeah, so second law of thermodynamics, things tend to become chaotic, disorderly. But evolution, first one cell, bacteria, and then multicellular organism, evolution, the degree of complexity increases and it become more highly orderly fashion. Multicellular organisms like a animal, they have organs, heart, liver, lungs, kidney. Was there like International Kidney Day a couple of days ago? That's nice. They're very cute. Okay, so we love kidneys. Okay, yeah, the heart, lungs, pancreas, kidney, stomach, and small intestine, large intestine, appendix, and fingernails, toenails, hair, tongue, nose, eyes, ear, mouth, lips. High organisms like animals or even humans. Evolution is more higher order system. Evolution is okay. That's evolution in biology. Okay, but in physics and chemistry, second law of thermodynamics, they say things tend to go disorderly, chaotic. Okay, entropy increases, the degree of chaos. But when we see in biological organisms, evolution, higher degree of orderliness. Yeah, one cell bacteria is orderly fashion, like DNA, circular DNA, whatever, okay, the application. Yeah, binary reproduction, split in half, okay, two bacteria, they do that, binary fission, okay. But in animals, like birds, well, Alaska moose, they go through this very elaborate courtship, male and female animals. It's not easy. Plants, flowers, honeybees, sometimes by the wind. Depends on plant species, okay? Pollination. It's a very elaborate system. Eukaryotes, plants and animals, okay? Bacteria, binary fission, but they do exchange some genetic material, like male looking, kind of scraggly, like hairy, yeah, and female more round. Yeah, they do exchange. Yeah, bacteria, they're kind of male looking bacteria and female looking bacteria. Okay? I've seen it in the biology books, okay? Yeah, some extension of some villi, whatever, the hair, whatever. They do bacteria, yeah, they do exchange some genetic materials, DNA, okay? Yeah, I know. Bacteriology, okay? I studied some of that, okay? Okay, yeah, but mostly binary fissions, split in half, okay? So a lot easier. Kind of asexual reproduction in bacteria. I know about that, okay? Yeah, but in more higher organisms, plants, animals, yeah, sexual reproduction, males and females. Okay, so yeah, no, that's not chaos at all. Yeah, second law of thermodynamics. Yeah, statistics, entropy, the degree of chaos tend to increase. But look at that's like physics, chemistry, molecules, inanimate objects, not biological, live objects like people, plants, bacteria. We are live biological organisms, but in chemistry, physics, they deal with inanimate objects like molecules, billiard balls, stones, right? So there's this difference between inanimate objects like stones, air molecule, water molecule. Things tend to go chaotic. But when it comes to biological beings, bacteria, plants, animals, evolution, yeah, the degree of orderliness, anti-entropy, okay, yeah, the degree of orderliness tend to increase in evolution. The bacteria, well-ordered system, but multicellular organisms, even more rules, even more orderliness to sustain this highly complex, sophisticated plant or animal. So my theory that I presented to full-blown PhD postdoctoral researchers in Madison, Wisconsin. Yeah, we belong to Madison, Wisconsin University, okay. But I was undergrad. I was like 21. They were about maybe 31, maybe 10 years older than me, okay. They're postdoctoral researchers. They were not students. They already got their PhD in biochemistry, okay. So I asked them, I challenged them in science, okay. Yeah, the second law of thermodynamics in physics and chemistry, things tend to go disorderly. But in biology, things get more orderly fashion. Higher organisms, from bacteria to multicellular organisms, and then to animals, plants, and after that, human being, more orderly fashion, higher degree of orderliness. That's very opposite counter the antithesis to second law of thermodynamics, where they say entropy, disorderliness increases, but not in biology though. No, I don't have pop belly, it's just wardrobe malfunction, okay. So the response, I'll tell you after 5 minutes break. I like that response, okay? Yeah, I liked it, okay? They're very smart people, okay? Yeah. Now time check, okay? We have 12 minutes. We have some with science and religion, okay? So, yeah, time check. We got like 30 minutes left. Good enough, okay? So, yeah, 5 minutes break, okay? Thank you. Welcome to humor school, okay? Yeah. Yeah, I do not have pop belly, okay? So I do exercise like, okay? So, what should you do, okay? Yeah. 5 minutes, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm getting drunk. Yeah, no problem. It's Sunday evening. Okay. Okay, so yeah, welcome back. Let me tell you their response. Okay, these people went to Seoul National University, that's Harvard of South Korea. Okay, these are smart, very well educated people. Okay, and they're married with children, and yeah, I met they're males. Okay, so in biochemistry, postdoctoral, they already got their PhD somewhere. Okay, it's just smart people, highly educated people. Also, yeah, good parents. I met their spouses, their children. Okay, they're great people. Okay, and they're very well educated, very smart people. Okay, and they're good Christians. Okay, yeah, I was Christian back then. Okay, so now their response was like this. Okay, I was like 21 years old. Maybe they were like in their early 30s, maybe 31, maybe 10 years older than me. Okay, we are fellow Sunday school teachers. Okay, yeah, highly educated. Me, undergrad, computer science major, 21. They're like 31. Okay, so they are married and they have children. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah. So they took my question seriously because they know I'm smart. Yeah, 10 years younger than they were, but they know I'm smart. Okay, so they took my question very seriously. It's an academic question, scientific and also somewhat religious. Back then I was Christian too. Okay, so we're talking about evolution. Okay, and we are Sunday school teachers in Christian American, Korean American church. Okay, yeah, and they are biochemists, full blown PhD, postdoctoral researchers. Okay, but they take me seriously, and I'm very grateful. Thank you. Because they know I'm smart. Yeah, of course they do. Mm. So they answered my question, okay? And they told me, okay, Huhnkie, yeah, you're a biochemist, okay? You're a computer science major. Perhaps you do not quite understand the second law of thermodynamics as much as we do. Because that's what we do, biochemists, okay? The second law of thermodynamics, it's talking about entropy of the universe, not planet Earth. Planet Earth, kind of closed system, but we are talking about entire universe, okay? Yeah, entropy may be decreasing on planet Earth, but maybe -2. But outside of planet universe, maybe +5. So -2 plus +5, -2 plus 5 is 3. So net sum, still entropy increases. That's what they told me. I remember. Okay, yeah. Okay. What they're saying is, yeah, inside of planet Earth, yeah, entropy decreases. High order system, evolution, okay, monocellular organism and multicellular organism, higher order system, organs, heart, lung, kidney, pancreas, this small intestine, large intestine, stomach. It has to be more orderly fashion, more rules to make this multicellular organism like human being to work. More rules. It has to be exactly right. More rules, more orderly, and less chaos. Like society, sociology, okay? There's city, state, and country, federal government, okay? Yeah, city, county, state, and the nation, country, federal government, okay? The promotion, okay? Yeah, more rules, career progression, okay? Yeah. Promotion, okay, yeah. More money, more rules, promotion, career development, okay? Yeah, in government level, community, city, county, state, and then federal, national level, okay? More rules, more money, more orderliness, evolution in career development. Okay? Yeah. Organism in biology? Yeah. Monocellular organism, one cell, then maybe two cells, three cells, then after that, 100 cells, 1,000 cells, million cells, billion cells. Evolution. Okay. Higher order, more rules, more cosmos, as opposed to chaos. The bottom level, no rules, chaos. Okay. Yeah, like in some society, like animal, no rules. Okay. Yeah, like, but we're not going to go there. Okay. So, yeah, yeah. But in the, yeah, yeah. So the crimes, wars, violence. Okay. No rules. Okay. Animalistic. Okay. Chaotic. Okay. But in the higher society, more rules. We have to do hairstyle. We have to use Listerine, mouthwash, fresh breath. But my garlic chicken. Maybe sometimes maybe onion chicken. Okay, whatever. Okay. Garlic chicken, onion chicken. Yeah, garlic and onion is notorious about breath. I have to use Listerine mouthwash. Okay, so before I go to work tomorrow, Monday. Okay, but it's Sunday evening, so welcome to humanology. Okay, now time check. How much minutes do we have? We're having a lot of fun, right? You have like 15 minutes. Okay, so yeah, so I really appreciate it. My fellow Sunday school teachers in Madison, Wisconsin, Korean American Church, okay, they're full-blown PhD. They already got their PhD somewhere, okay, and they're doing postdoctoral researchers in Madison, Wisconsin University in biochemistry. About two or three of them, okay, and they took me seriously. They answered my question. What entropy, second law, thermodynamics. Okay, thank you. Yeah, it was nice. To conversation with full-blown PhD, okay? Yeah, to take a doctoral degree in biochemistry. Was very grateful. I'm still am very grateful that they took me seriously. I was undergraduate, 21 years old, computer science major, okay? But they know I'm smart. They know I'm serious about science, biology. So they took me seriously. And I'm very thankful and grateful that they spent time with me and answering my scientific question. Thank you. I'm very grateful, okay? Good people, good Christians, okay? Also very good scientists. And also they said something else too. And I'll tell you. And I really appreciate their honesty. They said, okay, Huhnkie. I was 10 years younger than they were. They're like 31. I was like 21, okay. And they were very honest with me, okay. They told me, okay, Huhnkie, back then I was Christian, okay. So they said, yeah, I'm kind of paraphrasing what they said, okay. Yeah, we are Christians. Huhnkie, you're Christian too. And we are scientists. Huhnkie, so are you. We're all scientists. We're all Christians, okay. But we separate religion and science, okay. We do not want science and religion to be mixed. That's what they told me. I'm not making it so, okay. I'm not a creative. No. Yeah, I'm a writer, fiction. I write novels, but this one I'm not making this up. Okay, they told me. Okay, they said, yeah, we are scientists, we are Christians, but we do not mix science and religion. We separate them. Okay. Okay. Hey, thank you for being honest with me. Okay. Yeah. Look, they're like two or three guys, biochemistry, PhD. Okay. I met their spouses. I met their children. Okay. We're like family friends. Okay. They were like 31. I was like 21. Okay. We are friends. We are Sunday school teachers. Okay. So in Korean American church in Madison, Wisconsin. Okay. There was like 2000. I was in Madison, Wisconsin between 1997 and 2004, 7 years. Okay. Maybe it was a year like 2000 or 1998, something like that. Okay. So about 10 years ago. But I remember, okay. Because it was such a memorable event. Mm. So that's what they told me, okay? As a Christian and also as a scientist, they don't want to mix science and religion, okay? They separate it, okay? So, but, okay, I appreciate your honesty. Thank you for being honest with me, your trust in me, because they know me. They're 10 years older than me. They know I'm a nice guy. They know I'm a good person. So they confessed to me. They're like maybe 29, maybe 31, okay, but they're older than me, okay. Full blown PhD, okay. Yeah. Me, 21, maybe 20, okay, undergraduate, but they took me seriously because they know I'm smart. Although they were 10 years older than me, full blown PhD, me undergrad, but I really appreciate them being honest with me. Thank you. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah. Back then I was a Christian, okay? That was like 20 years ago. Yeah, we are also scientists, Christians, okay? Madison, Wisconsin University, okay? They are like full-blown PhD. I think they are more Korean than Koreans, okay? But I'm Korean American, okay? So, but we are honest with each other about our science religion, theories. What a beautiful moment. I cherish that experience, memories. Okay. Although in humanology, yeah, we do mix science and religion, okay? We new school, okay? Yeah, we embrace both science and religion. We do mix that, okay? Yeah, like disco jockey, right? Yeah. But old school, yeah, they separate religion and science. I respect that. I do. I appreciate that. But scientists, is their discipline, their rule. Like, do not assume existence of God when we do science because we do not want to cheat, right? Yeah. When we do science, if you have to be strictly disciplined in mathematics, statistics, probability theory, combinatorics, okay. Uh, when we do science, we have to do science, mathematics. We cannot just assume, yeah, God do all these things for us, rain, sunshine. It's just too easy, right? But in science, we have to explain. We have to assume that there's no God looking after us. In science, we have to do mathematics, dealing with numbers, very cold, dry, harsh, desert, numbers, equations, letters, X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3. As scientists, we cannot assume God taking care of us. No, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to do science, mathematics. We have to learn numbers, equations, engineering to build a house, build a bridge, a port, build a ship, car. We have to work, invent, engineering, science. We have to understand microorganisms. We have to invent microscope to see tiny little organisms like bacteria, virus, fungus, yeast. We have to sequence their DNA, ATGC, to understand pathogenesis, origination of these diseases that's hurting animals, plants, even human beings. And we have to come up with a vaccine. As scientists, okay? Yeah, we cannot just rely on religion, divinity, gods, goddesses. Although we appreciate the power of prayers, I appreciate too. Power of prayers, okay? But as scientists, we have to do more than that. We have to study bacteria, fungus, mold, so that we can develop some medicine, antibacterial medicine to fight this infection against this tiny organism or bacteria, virus, some vaccination, antifungal cream. So we have to study chemistry, biology, microbiology, how to use microscope. Yeah, prayers in religion, important, okay, faith, okay. But as scientists, yeah, we need to do more than that. We need to study micro, tiny little organisms, bacteria, virus, virology, okay, study of viruses, even study that, okay, to prevent pandemic. No, time check. How much time do we have? Uh, we have 5 minutes left, okay, so. Yeah, so I'm kind of like adding my own stuff here, okay? So yeah, it's yeah, faith important, okay? We I believe in God, okay? Yeah. Because I do not think that this world is like random chance, probability, mathematics. I'm a mathematician, okay, but even in mathematics, how beautiful orderly fashion it is, numbers, letters. It has to be God. God is divinity creating all this stuff. I'm just discovering. Right, yeah. You don't see? Yeah, sure, okay. Yeah. So, small house tour, okay. Yes. Yeah, raw algebra, okay. All these numbers, letters, okay. Yeah, I'm a mathematician, okay. So raw algebra, the number theory, okay. Yeah, so but yeah, so I believe in God. God is divinity, okay. I I do not think there is random chance, probability, statistics, although I did learn it, okay. They're great mathematics, combinatorics. I love it, okay. Statistics, yeah. Yeah, I love it, okay. But I think it's more than that. I think there is God, God is divinity, okay. It feels so beautiful, very orderly fashion. It's not chaos. It's very cosmos, order, fashion, okay. Beautiful. Yeah, like sunshine, even darkness at night. Beautiful too. It's diversity, okay. So I think they were cool. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I see you later. I need some vocal rest and I need to eat some food and I need to see some YouTube videos before I go to bed. But I brush my teeth, okay? Dental hygiene, very, very important, okay? So, okay. So I see you later, okay? Yeah, but so welcome to Human Show, Human School, okay? Where education meets entertainment, when entertainment meets education, okay? We're talking about religion, science, but very digestible, enjoyable, right? So welcome to Human Show, Human School, okay? So martial arts, education, career development, okay? Dancing, acting, writing. Healthy habit, okay? Yeah. Uh, see you next time. Thank you. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. See you next time too. Thank you. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.